Don't stress, live life one day at a time. Don't drink or drug and you'll be fine.
Well, welcome back. Well, to Staying Sober with Papa Joey, but I've been thinking about changing the name of my channel to simply Don't Drink or Use with Papa Joey. But I'm still debating about the name change, but I'll figure that out. I guess this podcast, as I stated on the thumbnail or in the description, is just going to be hopefully some sobering thoughts about what happened with, Charile Kirk, my take on it for whatever it's worth. First of all, it's just terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible that such a young person with a beautiful wife and two young kids, that somebody thought that it would be okay if he basically killed this person because he didn't like what he stood for. And all he really stood for was his faith, his love of Christ, of course, his family, and how he loved the country. I don't know what's really bad about that. Sure, everybody spins it whatever way they want to spin it. And this channel's never been a political channel. I'm going to keep it that way. But unfortunately, politics do play in situations like this. But it seems like there's always has to be some type of confrontation with a lot of things in this world. And what I mean by that is, I can remember back when I got sober, 33 years ago, sitting in a room of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I was around many times where there would be some heated discussions and name callings about how to get sober and how to stay sober. If you didn't do it one way, you're this type of a person. If you don't do it like this, you're another type of a person. If you didn't follow the way AA told you to do everything, then you're not really, serious about getting sober. Or if you didn't, work all the steps, or if you didn't do this, or if you didn't do that, there was always somebody coming at you. And I'm not putting AA down. It's nothing about AA. It's some people in there that always want to battle with you. And my feelings have always been, if a person wants to get sober, a person wants to put the drink down or the drug, however they choose to do it, and it's working for them, perfect. If the person is struggling and is looking for some direction, some help, and they come to a person for that help, well, you have to be honest. Tell them how you think they should, think about getting sober, maybe steps to take, or maybe they should go to a treatment center or whatever, go to a church, whatever. But ultimately, it's up to the person to take full responsibility of their alcohol abuse or drug abuse. Because I've always said, I can't get anybody sober. Can't get anybody clean off of drugs. I just can't do it. There's no way I can do it. Unless I guess with the person 24/7 and always there monitoring them and making sure they don't touch a drink or a drug, but that's never going to happen. And it shouldn't be my responsibility. Somebody comes to me, which they have, and ask me, all I can do is tell them how I got sober, what I learned over the years, also explain some of the struggles I've seen people go through, and either how they managed to get through them, or unfortunately it happened in a different direction. But again, the person has to ultimately make the decision to don't drink or use no matter what, and no matter what means no matter what. When I talk to people, I'm not looking for an argument, because there could be plenty of them. There's a lot out there, and I've shared on this podcast that I don't believe in certain people out there that are peddling their programs for profit. Now, I'm not opposed to anybody, of course, being paid to maybe give some guidance or whatever. That's one thing. I'm talking about people that are looking for a specific type of person that's struggling with alcohol or drugs, and they have money to pay these people, and I mean thousands of dollars, to get some help. Now, if somebody comes to me for help who is poor, I will tell them the same thing as if somebody said to me, I'll give you $100,000 if you help me get sober and stay sober. Whatever I tell them is going to be identical. There's nothing that I can say to one and not say to the other. I would tell the person with no money, and I would tell the person with money. A few things you must do, of course, is number one, you don't drink or use no matter what. And no matter what means no matter what. So you got to get that into your head. And then from there, you tackle some of the issues in your life that are creating some stress, or if you've got to look into your past and deal with something that, I don't like using the words trigger, but make you feel a certain way in order to pick up, a drink or a drug. But it goes for the same thing for the person with no money or with the person with a lot of money. And but I've been into arguments, which I hate, trying to stand up for myself when people will tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. And my philosophy is going to get people killed, or people pick up a drink again or a drug again, which is totally nonsense, because I don't have that power. If somebody doesn't like what I say, they just don't have to listen to me. And that's the problem, what's going on in this country. If you didn't like Charile Kirk because he's a Christian and you've got something against people of faith, then don't listen to him. Simple. I mean, the guy had millions of people following him. He's helped a lot of the younger generation maybe find their way. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's always going to be hate in this world. And there's going to be people, especially if you're getting sober, that may not like you anymore because of the person you're becoming without drinking or drugging. You may lose friends because they're going to think you're better than they are because you're no longer drinking or drugging like they are. But that's not your problem. If those people look at you like there's something wrong with you because you're taking care of yourself, or trying to take care of yourself, trying to better yourself, then maybe it's time to, not be around those people anymore. It doesn't mean you can't like them or love them if they're family or whatever that, you're having the problems with, or maybe they're still involved in their drinking and drugging. You can still love them, but maybe you can't be around them, and that's okay. But many of the times I found that when people didn't like what I say is because for whatever their reason, they've been struggling to stay sober. They may have, got some time on different occasions, maybe 3 months, maybe a year, 2 years, and they went back out drinking again or drugging, and they tried stuff and it didn't work. And then they see me that comes around and says, dude, you got to get honest with yourself, and whatever life throws at you, the good, the bad, the ugly, you just got to become a person who no longer drinks and handle your life in a different way. And that's okay. Not everything has to be a big deal. Online, and I've shared about this quite a bit, everybody wants to come out and tell everybody, hey, look at me. I'm sober a week. I'm sober 3 days. I'm sober a month. Look, I need your approval. Give me a like. Follow me. Tell me how great I'm doing. And of course, there's going to be people that are saying, well, there's nothing wrong with that, Papa Joey. There's nothing wrong with that. We should be supportive. Well, yes and no. Let that person get sober and stay sober, or get some time in sobriety because they want it. And screw everybody else's approval. And if you're newly sober, don't be that person that tells your friends or people online, well, hey, I'm sober a week, follow me, and let's do this together. No, you don't have enough experience to do that. Because when the times get tough, what are you going to draw on to help a person that may be struggling at the same time you are, when both of you really haven't had any time being sober? I mean, some serious time and going through a lot of stuff. Most of the people that I know who've had a considerable amount of time in sobriety have gone through a lot of crap in their life. But no matter what they went through or gone through or is still going through, they never picked up a drink or a drug or abused them. Abuse the drug, I mean. They don't pick up a drink, but there are times where people have to take drugs for medical reasons, pain pills and stuff like that, if they have surgery or whatever the situations are. They're not abusing them. Okay. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But you got to worry about yourself. And don't get so concerned with what's going around you, especially early on in sobriety. I don't know, to be honest with you, when I was getting sober, there wasn't any internet yet, or I didn't have the internet. I don't think there was in 92. I think in 1995, I got my first computer, maybe 96. But in 1992, I was, wasn't really searching online. But now that I said that, I take that back. I believe I had a Mac Classic because I was in film school, and my father was able to get me one through some school he was affiliated with. And I use it for the word processing and playing golf on it. That little guy, you hit a little square thing as the ball. That was it. I didn't do the internet or anything. But I certainly didn't get involved with everybody. And I don't know if I'd be able to really tune into focusing on getting sober and staying sober if I had all that distraction around me. It has to be difficult because even now there's a lot of people that are struggling and they want to get sober, and they're coming online, and maybe they're watching my podcast or other people's, and they're getting different advice. Hopefully, a lot of it's good. There's a lot of it that's really bad out there. There's a lot of people that want to glamorize themselves because they're sober. They want to pat themselves on the back because they're sober. A lot of celebrities now are coming out and saying, well, look at me. I've got 7 years, 8 years sober, 20 years, whatever. But they're hitting the big podcast because they want to begin to make another name for themselves. Maybe their career is not going that well, and they just want to get it out there. And, it's cool, but, stop listening to all the noise if you're newly sober. Only focus on yourself. If you don't like something that somebody suggests in order for you to get sober and stay sober, then try something else. But there's no reason to bash somebody. Again, I do bash people that are putting their hands out saying they've created a brand new way to get sober, but I need a lot of money from you so I can help you. Because I promise you this, there is nobody out there, nobody that can show you anything that's going to work unless you don't drink or use no matter what. And no matter what means no matter what. It all boils down to that. The poor person who's maybe living on the street can't pick up a drink no matter how hard times are. And the multi-millionaire who's got everything he wants in his life except his sobriety, and he wants it, and he could be running a multi-billion-dollar company. He might have all the toys. He may have hundreds of thousands of employees that he's watching over. He may have a lot of stress and he's going through a lot. Same thing applies for him. He doesn't drink or use no matter what. And no matter what means no matter what. Because even if that guy at the top has all that stress, the person who doesn't have that money, his stress level can be just as high as the person with everything. It all begins here. So, for a lot of reasons, I'm crushed about what happened with Charlie. He had a great future, a beautiful wife, and a couple of kids that he'll never see grow up, and his kids are only going to learn about their father through videos and pictures. I know there's a lot of people out there saying some really nasty things. And again, it all boils down to, we believe somebody is going to do something to us or for us, but nobody can do anything to you if you don't allow them to. And that's why your sobriety is all on you. I can't get you sober, and I've said this before. Nobody is going to get you sober. They can help you, but they're not going to get you sober, and nobody's going to keep you sober. It is all up to you. And as soon as you understand that, like so many people have done in the past, you'll get it. And little by little, you're going to live a sober life. Is your life going to be perfect? Mine wasn't, still not. But I'm sober. I'm sober enough to look at things a little clearly, make my own decisions. But when I make decisions, and if I make a choice to do something, I also realize that whatever I do, my choices have consequences. If I do the right thing, maybe I'll get the right result. If I make bad choices, do some bad things, say some things I shouldn't say to people, then you know what? I suffer the consequences, and I've done that even in sobriety. But everything is up to you. Don't let anybody put anything in your mind, especially when you're getting sober. Just take some time and focus on you, not the noise. You. And I guarantee it, I don't care who you are, if you quiet the noise in your head and just focus on not picking up a drink or a drug one day at a time, get through your day, ask for help. If you're a spiritual person, pray. If you're not, maybe look into checking out a couple of churches just to see if you might like it. I've also said time and time again, check out AA. Just go in and listen. If you want to talk. If you don't. But there's people there that have gone through everything you're probably going through or might go through. And there's some really good people there that could help you. And there's some people that, I hate to say it, aren't nice people. But that goes all over. So until the next time, I guess, just be careful, man. And, if you're a type of person that prays, maybe say a little prayer for Charlie and his family. About my book. I'm not sure if my podcast is still going to be called Staying Sober with Papa Joey, or if I'm just going to call it Don't Drink or Use with Papa Joey. But that's not a real big problem, is it? Until the next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Don't stress, live life one day at a time. Don't drink or drug and you'll be fine. When life gets rough and you're feeling stuck, don't drink or use no matter what. Think about your serenity. Be grateful for your sobriety. Staying sober with Papa Joey. We're staying sober with Papa Joey. We're staying sober with Papa Joey. It's all about your sobriety.